Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Delivering an address to a public audience. The utterance of intelligible speech. Capable of or involving speech or speaking. Human beings, the speaking animals. Delivering an address to a public audience. Delivering an address to a public audience. Delivering an address to a public audience. People came to see the candidates and hear the speechmaking. The utterance of intelligible speech. Having a manner of speaking is specified, often used in combination. Golden-tongued. Provided with or resembling a tongue, often used in combination. Tongued shoes. Put an address on an envelope. Social skill. Give a speech to. The chairman addressed the board of trustees. Written directions for finding some location, written on letters or packages that are to be delivered to that location. Speak to someone. Computer science. The code that identifies where a piece of information is stored. Speak to. He addressed the crowd outside the window. The act of delivering a formal spoken communication to an audience. He listened to an address on minor Roman poets. Greet, as with a prescribed form, title, or name. He always addresses me with, sir. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. Access or locate by address. Address or apply oneself to something, direct one's efforts towards something, such as a question. Adjust and aim, a golf ball, at in preparation of hitting. A sign in front of a house or business carrying the conventional form by which its location is described. Direct a question at someone. The manner of speaking to another individual. He failed in his manner of address to the captain. The place where a person or organization can be found or communicated with. The stance assumed by a golfer in preparation for hitting a golf ball. Language, communication by word of mouth. His speech was garbled. The mental faculty or power of vocal communication. The act of delivering a formal spoken communication to an audience. Words making up the dialogue of a play. The actor forgot his speech. A lengthy rebuke. Your characteristic style or manner of expressing yourself orally. Her speech was barren of southernisms. Something spoken. He could hear them uttering merry speeches. The exchange of spoken words. They were perfectly comfortable together without speech. The use of uttered sounds for auditory communication. The sound made by the vibration of vocal folds modified by the resonance of the vocal tract. The giraffe cannot make any vocalizations. The use of uttered sounds for auditory communication. The formal presentation of a stated proposition and the opposition to it, usually followed by a vote. Written material intended to be read. The teacher assigned new readings. A public instance of reciting or repeating, from memory, something prepared in advance. A datum about some physical state that is presented to a user by a meter or similar instrument. He could not believe the meter reading. A mental representation of the meaning or significance of something. The act of measuring with meters or similar instruments. He has a job meter reading for the gas company. A city on the River Thames in Berkshire in southern England. A particular interpretation or performance. On that reading it was an insult. The cognitive process of understanding a written linguistic message. His main reading was detective stories. A public instance of reciting or repeating, from memory, something prepared in advance. The act of giving an account describing incidents or a course of events. A detailed account or description of something. He was forced to listen to a recital of his many shortcomings. A detailed statement giving facts and figures. His wife gave a recital of his infidelities. Performance of music or dance, especially by soloists. A regularly scheduled session as part of a course of study. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. A public instance of reciting or repeating, from memory, something prepared in advance. The program included songs and recitations of well-loved poems. Written matter that is recited from memory. A discussion in which reasons are advanced for and against some proposition or proposal. Have an argument about something. Think about carefully, weigh. The formal presentation of a stated proposition and the opposition to it, usually followed by a vote. Discuss the pros and cons of an issue. Argue with one another. We debated the question of abortion. A contentious speech act. A dispute where there is strong disagreement. The formal presentation of a stated proposition and the opposition to it, usually followed by a vote. Speaking softly without vibration of the vocal cords. A light noise, like the noise of silk clothing or leaves blowing in the wind. Speak softly, in a low voice. Speaking softly without vibration of the vocal cords. A light noise, like the noise of silk clothing or leaves blowing in the wind. Making a low continuous indistinct sound. Speaking softly without vibration of the vocal cords. A disorder of the vocal organs that results in the loss of voice. Having no voice in the management or control of affairs. The voicelessness of those who live in situations of hopelessness. Speaking softly without vibration of the vocal cords. The indistinct sound of people whispering.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.